Be me. Serial cheater since high school. Never thought or cared much about it because I never cared that much about any one person. Be me second years of unit. Find the one. 3 years later happy and healthy relationship. We live together and she makes me less retarded and has taught me so much. Recently met they them how at school event. She's cute. She asks me out on a date. Knew it was wrong, but I felt like nothing would happen. We fucking have sex. God fucking damn it. JPG. They them finds out I have GF. Motherfuck.jpg. Had to run tactical interference between they them trying to contact my GF. It's been days of stress. Finally think I got through it. GF suspects nothing thankfully, nor knows if they them's existence. Made one fatal flaw in interference. GF stumbles upon they them's Instagram. Starts asking questions like do you know her, who is this? Deflect. Can tell she's suspicious. Afraid GF will reach out to they them. I can run interference on both sides. What? Do? I so fucking gay for my GF, and I don't want anything to ruin it. Needhelp.com. Okay, I'm fucking done with this, help me. Be me, 23 yo, finishing uni soon, been lifting for 5 years now, lots of cardio, eating well, up. Good skin, good body, good brain, literally zero issues socially or getting with girls. Solid 8/10. 4 years ago I discovered this app called Whisper. It's essentially 4chan, but with user profiles. Chatorndumdrillsacrostainternet.avi. Sexting? Sometimes nudes. Otherwise mechanically refreshing the newest tab. Click on posts that seem like they aren't scams. If it's a girl 18 to 20 or 21 to 25 I hit them up. Always the same fantasy. I want to choke them. Submissive girls are into that shit. Chronic sexting addiction. But it's all the mental manipulation and getting nudes that gets me. I don't actually masturbate. Every few days I compulsively download the app. Spend 3 to 4 hours sexting girls. Literally waste whole days with it. Sometimes I do it until 4 a.m. and ruin my sleep schedule. Dopamine. Tried quitting, quit successfully. Then months later I asked myself, oh, I wonder what's it like. But it's always the same shit. Obvious honeypot CP sellers, shit nude sellers, homophobic dog, beggars. I really want to quit this once and for all. How do I do it? Be me, 3 years ago, 18. Have just come out one of the worst depressive states in my life, so bad I had to change school and repeat a grade for the second time. Hardly have any friends. Notice one girl in the crowd, usually alone, sometimes with 2 others I knew from another school. Decide for the first time to work up the courage and ask her friends about her. Get into relationship, be her first kiss. Get healthy, grow a long hair I always wanted, be happy. Girl is absolutely committed, loves the fuck out of you, doesn't ever get bored around you, even when you really have nothing to say. I'll be here for you whatever you need, never be ashamed or afraid to talk to me. Exchange memes, play games together, go everywhere. Everything goes perfectly for about a year, then starting to get depressed again. Feeling like the relationship is a burden for no reason at all. Think it probably was never love, just excitement. Look like a total wreck in front of her 8/10 times. We gotta break up. She cries hard, tries to understand what the fuck is wrong and why I'm not specifying. Have no clue what to say, just feel like happiness season is over. 3 years later, I'm lonely as shit, have met not a single new girl, and I suddenly realize she takes the same bus to college that I do. Maybe. Message her. Get blocked after a week of no response. See her outside with marginally inferior looking male. Maybe I should just kill myself. Been working out for almost a year, noticeable gains, doing well in my classes, ditched most social media, but I'm using dating apps to no avail. Once again getting depressed and desperate as fuck. I hang out with one friend whom I see maybe twice a week and who has attempted to introduce me to a few other guys and a couple of girls, but nothing really came out of that either. Partly due to them not seeming like my kind of people, and partly due to the obvious insecurities I've had for as long as I've been breathing. Another chance? Be me. Have tomboy friend. Known each other for 15 plus years. She has BF of 7 years. First and only one. They live together. She never talks about him. Seen him twice in the past 5 years. Every time we go out there is a lot of contact. We spend entire days cuddling and/or wrestling. Recently start training her. Seeing each other 3 days a week. After years of sexual tension, things finally boil over. Stop ourselves before we do the dirty. She feels bad and confused. I'm not sure what to say either. Starts going on about how she wants to know what it's like with a different man. Especially a stronger one. She asks if we can do it next time we meet. I just say let's see how we feel then. I don't want to cuck some other dude. I don't want to lose my friendship with her. But I can't enter a relationship with someone who would cheat. I'm thinking about telling her that we can fuck, but only if she breaks up with her BF. Do I have any winning moves here, or am I fucked no matter? What? Be me. Transient tradie. Have wealthy parents. Don't make a deal out of it, they just make my life easier sometimes. Quit job one day, get new job in Alaska same day in related field. Figure I could chill, wait for job in my trade out here. Spend 3K moving up somewhere too remote to easily source people. Get new job at shitty company. I have a supply chain degree, so I notice it's super poorly run. Stretch too thin, super low morale, company rips off employees non-stop, can't ever source more. Tons of employees want to leave, start competing businesses. No startup capital to do so since pay is too low. If they leave, my current company is fucked. Management today overloaded my job site. Get a call not to come in rest of week since they don't need me cause too many people. Tell my mom, she offers to give me money to start my own competing business. It's totally doable financially, I think it'd be the chance the best guys here are looking for. If someone who just went to work at your company offered to help you start your own tree company, along with some other experienced people at your workplace, what would that person need to prove to make you accept their offer? I'm inexperienced in their line of work and I work under them. I just want to take a backseat role, doing the bookkeeping, doing the profit sharing, in charge of material requisition until I could fill that in. Then I'd be happy to let them run it. Not the spank key but the spanker, still a surreal moment for me. Be me, 8 or 9 yo loser spurg, dumbest that wore skirts. Bus rides home were loud and annoying, a guy always started loud arguments and verbally harassed people. Never escalated physically, because he was a bigger kid, sat in the back every day like a king. Sit down somewhere in middle of bus one day, become harassment target for the day. Stand up, trying to be intimidating, was absolutely not, because I just wanted to be left alone. He stands up, puts hands on both seat backs, and then launches a kick like some sort of chubby ninja. It lands, left side of face probably has this kid's shoe print on it. About 3 more seconds of consciousness as we leave the school parking lot, and then I remember absolutely nothing after that. For context, we had about 8 stops before mine, and that would be about 10 to 20 minutes. Come to, we're pulling up by my stop, because I recognize the scenery. I look down to figure out what's going on. Hess laying across my lap, crying and red. My hand is raised and flattened. I've apparently been spanking him full force the entire bus ride. I look up and there's like 5 kids in the row in front of us staring. Get the fuck up and out of there, ignoring the bus driver yelling for me to come back. Turns out, the bus driver was also getting annoyed and saw him land the kick. Kept driving. I also somehow didn't get in trouble because I lost a tooth on the side he kicked me. Used to feel bad, but then encountered him again in HS, he was still just as loud and irritating, so clearly I didn't cause any damage. I'm like you guys but Slavic. What you guys are doing, but I actually did something about this. I look English though, so what I did may not work for all of you. Be me, born a Slav in Eastern Europe. Parents immigrate to the USA when I'm quite young. Family is poor and somewhat abusive. I feel jealous of proper white American families. Come to realize that education is my salvation. Managed to get into a prestigious college for engineering. Start learning how to be a WASP. Legally change my name. Come up with a fake backstory for myself. Begin looksmaxing. Graduate and land a very high-paying job in the tech industry. Undergo minor cosmetic surgery to look even better. Start to learn WASP sports. Buy a nice house in a WASPy neighborhood. Begin working on my startup. I have basically become the person I always wanted to be. Deep down, I know it's all fake, but I know that one day I'll truly be who I want to be, and that keeps me going. If you hate who you were born as, perhaps you could try becoming someone else. I just realized there is some crazy favoritism between my mom, my brother and me. Here are 2 examples of this shit. Id what to do, is there even anything that can be done? Pick unrelated. Be me living with brother and mom in a big house in a top zip code, we all share rent. Get GF, make plans for her to move in at 1-year anniversary. Talk to mom about this with GF, she answers by throwing me out in front of my GF. Brother gets GF, they agree to move in together instantly. Mom welcomes her with open arms. GF loses her job. Mom offers her a possibility at a small gig cooking and cleaning for an elderly couple. Brother's GF starts learning a trade. Mom pays for her starter learning supplies. Brother and GF have 1-year anniversary. Mom gets them a small but thoughtful very sweet gift. Me and GF have 5 years anniversary. Mom says congrats. You must be very happy but doesn't bother with a card. How do you become Volsel? How the fuck do you not become Volsel? I don't typically identify as Volsel, but I would say I fit the bill, and I'll give you the reality of my situation, be me. Never was really interested in sex, literally wanted to stay a virgin since I was a kid and this has persisted until now. Yes, I get lonely. Yes, I get horny. Masturbates. No longer care, and makes me see this as an attribute of the monkey brain. Here's stories about relationships. MFW, they almost always sound horrible and stressful. The idea of having to change to make myself appealing for someone else sounds fake and unappealing. I have gotten attention from people before when younger, but never have been, nor have I ever asked anyone out successfully. I quite literally cannot imagine myself in a relationship. It's weird, and if I do, it has to be through some sort of proxy. I don't see it as a problem or hurting me, so I live by it. The one thing I hate about being I guess what you call Volsel is that people will try to convince you that you need and want sex. It low-key comes off as brainwashing and feels like it guilt trips you into being like other people. I do believe humans are not built to be alone and do need companion, but that does not then mean you need a GF. We're naturally social and desire relationships, but there are other relationships you can have in life. There are other things I want more in life more than a relationship, I just so happen to not be good at getting them. Those are the things that make me cry, those are the things that make me depressed, and those are the things that make me envious. Simple answer, have a purpose and other wants in life.